everyone, it's Macy, and this is my K-pop story. I can explain. I have liked K-pop for 5 years now. I got into K-pop my freshman year of high school. Wow. I didn't actually think about how long ago that was until just now. I have been obsessed with BTS in specific since my freshman year of high school. I am going into my sophomore year of college, so I am what you would call a veteran fan. Okay. Let's start from the beginning, the very beginning of all of this mayhem and craziness and how I got into K-pop. The first time I remember hearing K-pop was in 7th grade, and it was Big Bang's Fantastic Baby. Soon after I discovered this Big Bang music video that then led me to loving Girls' Generation, specifically I Got a Boy and SHINee's Lucifer. And then in 8th grade, the dreaded Gangnam Style came out. Oh my god, was I obsessed with that. I know everybody was obsessed with that song when it came out, but I mean, like, I was obsessed. And I didn't understand why. Maybe it's because you're a fucking weeb. Oh, surprise! I don't know what's happening. In the summer between 8th grade and my freshman year of high school, I got a Tumblr. And that opened the floodgates to different fandoms, different things, and along the way of seeing other fandoms, getting into other fandoms, I saw these Asian men every once in a while, or Asian girls, and I was like, who are these beautiful people? But I never really looked into it. One night, a little bit into freshman year, I was on YouTube and I was looking for hip-hop dance videos, I remember specifically, because I was a dancer. I danced for 12 years. And somehow, I don't know how, I stumbled across GOT7's dance practice for Magnetic. And then somehow, from that video, I found BTS's Boy in Love music video dance version. And that is what started this hellfire. From there, I found War of Hormone and Danger. I could not stop watching these boys. Didn't know anything about them, thought they all looked the same, you know, everything. But I was obsessed. This music was something different, and I loved it. You could say from that moment I was hooked. I couldn't stop. Now at that point, I stand a bunch of different groups, a bunch of boy groups, a bunch of girl groups. I stand so many groups, I couldn't count how many I could stand. But BTS was my main. They are my main group, they are my #1 stan. I love them more than anything, and they still are my favorite, as you can tell from this beautiful wall behind me. Guys, I even bought a BTS hoodie. This hoodie right here was my life. I was obsessed with it. I wore it almost every day. Now the moment I saw V in the War of Hormone music video, I was in love. V in that video is just like god tier. And as you can tell, my bias has changed. But secretly, as you can see right here, I still love V. He is my love. Tae is my beautiful love. He's my bias wrecker from BTS. I love him. At this point in my life, I was a very, very stereotypical ARMY that you see now. The loud, kind of annoying everywhere, like very toxic ARMY. That was me. That was who I was. So, the fact that I was in love with this, and I was obnoxious and obsessed and just in love with these boys, and no one knew what K-pop was. To give you some background, I went to a very, very, very white high school, very in a bubble, small town, and kind of in the middle of nowhere. It was not a very open-minded place for literally anything, not just K-pop. If you were anything but normal, people were like, you're weird, you are not a good person, kind of thing. Which is horrible. And the town is changing, but like, still. So, add on that I'm already labeled as a weird kid, right? Because I'm loud and obnoxious and I'm not the stereotypical popular girl. Add on to the fact that I like K-pop, and like, I'm a fucking weirdo. Oh my god, nobody knew what K-pop was. Whenever I see people complaining about, oh, like, no one in my school likes K-pop, at least people know what it is. Nobody knew what it was when I was in high school. Nobody! Even my closest friends at that point didn't get it. They didn't like it. Nobody liked it. It was horrible. And I'm not saying that I had it the worst. I'm not gonna say that, but it was bad. I'm not gonna ignore that other people have obviously had it worse than me, but like, guys, when the only thing that you love and that makes you happy is labeled as weird, or people don't get it, or people don't like it, or people bully you for the one thing that you love, that can destroy a person. And it destroyed me a little bit. I remember texting my friend, it was in the early morning kind of thing, and I was distraught. I was so depressed and so sad because I love K-pop, and it was the only thing that was making me happy and not feel like shit, but everyone hated it. Nobody liked it, and it was the worst feeling in the world. Now, because of this traumatic experience that I had, I am now scarred from it as a result. Now, whenever I'm in public and I hear any type of K-pop, doesn't have to be BTS, doesn't have to be a song that I know, but any type of K-pop, and I physically cringe. Because of the trauma that I suffered from those horrible experiences, I no longer can happily listen to K-pop in public, even though it is more socially acceptable now. Even though people know what it is, people like it, I still can't listen to it sometimes. I've gotten a little better at it, but if I have a choice between listening to K-pop and something else in public, I will change it. I will do something about it. I can't handle it. It literally makes me so uncomfortable that I have to leave the room. At some point between my sophomore and junior year, I was walking by Forever 21, and they were playing I Am the Best by 21, and I literally had to leave the store because I was so uncomfortable. I really wish that I could openly love K-pop. I wish that I don't have to watch my playlist or watch my phone constantly when it's connected to a Bluetooth speaker or the aux in the car because I'm afraid of K-pop popping up. I will admit, I have gotten a lot better since K-pop has become a lot more accepted in Western media and Western culture, but I still struggle with it. I still get very uncomfortable. So after the backlash that I received from loving K-pop so openly, I stopped talking about it almost altogether because I didn't want to deal with the reactions that I got from people anymore. So after my intense Koreaboo phase, I became a casual listener. I narrowed my stan list down to a few groups, just to name a few: Big Bang, 17, GOT7, Mamamoo, Block B, 4 Minute, and mainly BTS. But in the summer between my freshman and sophomore year, I started learning K-pop dances. Here are a few. I learned some Mamamoo dances, some BTS dances, some GOT7, you know, a plethora of dances, as you would say. This was also a very important summer to me because my BTS bias changed when Dope was released. Can you guess who it was changed to? Since Dope was released, Jungkook has been my bias, and he still is my bias. Very much so. Oh my god, have you seen these pictures? He went from police officer Jungkook to oh my god. So sophomore year was me basically just fangirling mostly just about BTS to my select close friends that I really trusted, which wasn't many. At this point, K-pop's international fandom was very, very small, especially the ARMYs. Keep in mind, I started in 2014, I think, so the ARMY was tiny, like very, very small. There was hardly anybody, no one knew who they were, like I've been saying, like no one knew who BTS was around here especially, so the only place that I could really find people was on the internet. At this point, people still considered BTS a rookie group. They weren't very popular and people didn't really like them that much. During my junior year of high school, I kind of took a break from K-pop, focusing mostly on my drama club because I was so busy with it, but I was still keeping up to date with Mamamoo and BTS, and in general K-pop stuff that was happening. But during my junior year, my first semester, Blood, Sweat, Tears was released, and that is when BTS blew up. It was very weird for me, because I had gone from being the weird girl that liked K-pop and no one knew what it was to people actually knew what it was and people were starting to like it. I started to find other people at my school who actually liked K-pop and BTS, and it made me so happy to finally not be alone. Over the winter break of my junior year, I also started dancing again, and I learned some J-Park dances, some more BTS dances like BTS Fire, and then something amazing happened. So, in my second semester of my junior year of high school, I saw BTS for the first time in concert. and it was the best day of my life. I feel so incredibly grateful and lucky to be able to share these experiences with you. It was such a short and just last minute decision to do this, keep in mind. This was the first time I traveled without my family. It was with my mom's work friend, who I'm so grateful who brought me to this concert, but it was so last minute, so unplanned, but it was probably the best 24 hours of my life. I saw them in Chicago for their Wings tour on March 29th, 2017. As I mentioned before, I went on this trip with my mom's work friend and her two nieces and one of her friends. And this trip would not have been possible for these people, so for some reason you're watching this video, I am forever thankful for you guys, so thank you for taking me along on your trip. I actually have an entire video explaining my experience of this concert, and I will link it down below so you can go watch it because it was a pretty cool experience. Some point after this concert, my sister also got into K-pop. So during my senior year of high school, I took another break from BTS to focus on drama, school, getting to college, stuff like that. And at some point between my senior year and my freshman year of college, BTS blew up even bigger, and they became the supergroup that they are now. After starting my freshman year of college, I was lucky enough to see BTS again for a second time in Chicago. I saw them on October 3rd of 2018 for their Love Yourself tour with my sister. This trip in general was also just a very good experience because I got to see BTS with my sister, and my family got to go on this trip with us, and it was honestly just an amazing time. I have another concert experience video for the Love Yourself tour, and I'll link that down below so you can go see that one too. Something I've loved about going to these two concerts is I've gotten to see how BTS and the fandom has grown over the years. I am forever grateful that I've gotten to see them twice and hopefully more in the future. Currently, my main stan groups are Mamamoo, who is my favorite girl group, Big Bang, and of course BTS. I don't really keep up to date on other groups other than BTS nowadays because of my busy schedule and things like that, but I still love K-pop and have such an admiration for all of the groups in K-pop, honestly. I just have so much love for BTS, and I am so proud of them. I feel so incredibly lucky that I've gotten to be able to watch them grow from the rookies that they were when I first got into BTS till now, and looking at them and seeing how amazing and talented and hardworking they are. They deserve to be where they are right now in their career. For those of you who may not know, BTS is currently going on a hiatus, and they haven't been on a hiatus ever. They've never taken a break. BTS, since the day they have debuted in 2013, they have never taken a break. And they deserve it. They have surpassed any expectation that anybody had for them. Some of you may remember this, but when BTS was a rookie, people did not like them. People did not think that they were going to go anywhere in life. They didn't think that they were good. No one liked them. And now they're the biggest K-pop group that's ever existed. I can't put into words how proud I am of these boys. I love them more than anything. So yes, this was my K-pop story. It's still going, still evolving, and I don't think I'm ever gonna not like K-pop. So yeah. If you love K-pop as much as I do, and if you love BTS especially, then please leave a like, and if you want to see more of my face in the future, then please feel free to subscribe down below. Thank you so much again for watching my video. Bye!